Alright guys, what's going on? We've got War 10 of Season 39. This war, LVT, is going to be going against Newn. I have not been posting war videos this season. I've just been busy. I've been a little bit, like, down in the dumps about how our season was going. With these 3 wars left to go, we have to win 2 out of the 3 to get Masters. We've just not been very good. So yeah, I just haven't really wanted to post, but this was an exciting war for a few different reasons, and I will go over those reasons just throughout the video. So Path 7 in Section 1, I'm going to pull up here and then we'll take a look at their map. I have been on Path 7 pretty much every war this season, every war this season, especially if like Kitty is banned. You know, because of like the thorns damage. So just looking around, trying to think if anything really stands out. But a lot of these placements are, you know, pretty standard with one major exception. And that exception is that they placed a Maw boss. And this is something that DAP had recommended that we try. And I declined the suggestion because Maw doesn't naturally place very many debuffs. So a lot of the challenge with the boss node right now is the unblockable, and the most you're ever going to have on you at once against Maw is 2 with this global. So, okay, starting off here, this is really good placement for Jabari Panther. If you're placing Jabari, this is where she should be. You know, pretty much nobody gets around her cleanse. I don't even think Apocalypse gets around her cleanse. So you're going to be taking Thorns damage, like, no matter what. But Omega Red just doesn't care about that. And then the second fight here, Dragon Man, he's here every single war. And the reason he's here is because if you knock him down, like, you get it puts an armor break on him. And if you armor break Dragon Man, you get degenerated. So you can literally take him with anyone as long as you don't knock him down. So I'm going to take him with Overseer. I have taken him with Overseer once before this season. I've taken him with Titania. I've taken him with, I think, both Magnetos. But you just have to hit him. You just can't knock him down. That's the only thing that matters on this node. So, Overseer, anytime that you punish a special attack or punish a heavy attack, you do like a little burst of red retaliation damage. Or anytime that like an ability fails. So if like the opponent tries to like poison you, Overseer is poison immune. So they would take a little bit of damage. Anytime someone tries to nullify you, Overseer is nullify immune, little burst of damage. So, okay, moving on here, Nick Fury on node 23. He's here all the time, and I have been taking him for most of the season, if Kitty is banned. So this node has Bubble Shield, and Power Focus 2, and some sort of like root mechanic, which, you know, if you don't hit them for a while, you're gonna get rooted. So that's a little bit dangerous, but I don't think you should ever put Nick Fury on a Power Focus 2 node. Especially right now in this meta, people are bringing Omega Red. He, you know, is the answer for a few really difficult placements on a lot of maps. So a lot of alliances are bringing him where maybe they haven't before. Right there I made a mistake, and I'm gonna get rooted. But this is why you don't throw your specials when you get them with Omega Red, because throwing a special attack turns off the root. So here, you can see how fast he's going down in his second life. This is just... He's gonna die really quickly here. Yeah, I mean, just not a ton to say about this fight. I take it all the time. So, okay, in section 2 here, so I originally had this assigned to a Tigra. At this point in the war, We had died twice, they had died 3 times, but they were ahead on exploration. So Tigra, or I think any neutralized champion, shuts down power snack. So if the defender is neutralized, power snack won't trigger. So Tigra would have been a lot faster, I think. But Overseer works too, so I'm just gonna go this route. And the reason that I'm headed up the middle here is because there was a path that looked so set up for Omega Red. Just like, you know, handmade for him. And in retrospect, and kind of like leading up to the fight, I cut it out, but I sat in front of the fight for like probably 2 or 3 minutes just considering boosts and also thinking about how I wanted to approach the fight. And once I got there, I kind of realized like maybe this was a little bit like too perfect for Omega Red, like maybe like intentionally perfect, kind of, you know, trying to bait one out. I hope so, because if that's the case, it was really smart. It worked. So there's an I-bomb on this first fight, and then a Korg on the second fight. So the issue with this node is that every time he throws a special, like just with the node, it's going to place 2 debuffs on you. And if he throws a special one, it puts a Petrify on you. And if he throws any special with this global, it puts a like an unsteady debuff on you. So right here, I mess up, lose my invuln right away. He goes unblockable, and that's fine. All the debuffs fall off, but so do my spores. And now I'm just sitting here considering, like, okay, what special do I let him throw? And the answer should have been none of them. I should have tried to play the whole fight out without him throwing a special attack, because now he's going to be unblockable for the rest of the fight. The Petrify from his special 1 is very long. That thing is not going to go anywhere. I'm going to get cornered. And now I have to hit his block, something that you never want to do. This is really strong placement for Immortal Abomination. You know, I think maybe if I had used Overseer, this fight would have gone a lot differently. But yeah, so either way, just gonna deal with this unblockable Immortal Abomination. Right there, I whiffed an attack into a special 1. That was an accident. And then right there, I was able to bank like a light intercept off the wall. And here in a second, my spores are gonna kill him. So never in real danger of dying, but it kind of felt like it in the fight. So good placement. Gonna go ahead and heal up Omega Red, move on to this Korg, which is very straightforward, obviously. And there isn't really anything to this Korg that makes him hard on this node, which is why I kind of assumed that, you know, they were trying to bait out an Omega Red for that Immortal Abomination. So but yeah, here you just want to, I'm going to start with two debuffs, my bleed and the heal block from the node, and I just want to avoid the armor break. The armor break is fine after my bleed falls off, but until then I can't let crumbling armor take effect. So right here you can see how fast he's going down, and I'm just going to keep hitting him. And this fight is, like, I mean, pretty much over at this point, right? So bait out the special 2, go in, punish that, lock in spores again. You guys know the drill. Omega Red is not a new champion. And that's it for my path fights. My next fight is going to be the Maw boss. So at this point, like right now, before I go to the Maw boss, it's 2-3. And then they stopped clearing. When I went into the Maw boss, it was tied 3-3. And we had like 20 fights left to go. And they had 60 fights left to go. So, but at this point it's tied. I hate high pressure situations. I like high pressure wars. I don't like feeling like the war is like on my shoulders. I would hate to be the last person clearing. But yeah, so anyway, gonna hop in here. Just, you know, Got a good intercept, got some reparries, and then really quickly here I'm going to make a mistake. So I dueled this a couple times, and I'm going to get the spacing wrong on one of these special ones. It's right here. I should have thrown a light, but I whiffed. My heavy attack ran in and got parried, so I lost my invuln, which is fine. Gonna go ahead and readjust, and you can see how much damage the heavy attacks are doing, and that's unnecessary. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do heavies, because Overseer will he'll cleanse the debuff, like the falter debuff. So goal here is to just get to the special 3, throw that. It's gonna put a huge physical vulnerability debuff on him, and at this point it's just light combos and that's it. So every light combo is just taking chunks off of his health every single light attack. And I have a massive fury also from the special 3. So here he's got the special 2. I'm gonna dash back. He's gonna try to catch me, but I was anticipating it. I know Ma's like little tricks, so not today. And then at the end here, he's gonna get really stingy, and I'm gonna get really cautious because I don't want to throw this fight away. But obviously at this point, you guys can see, you know, the fight's won. So felt good. This is my second boss this season, and soloed both of them. And yeah, so you know, the following morning after this boss clear, we were done, you know, early in the morning. We finished with 3 deaths total, by far our best clear of the season, and they were still at 3. They had like 20 fights left to go. While I'm trying to type, you can see that my hands were like super shaky because I was so nervous. Everyone was watching, everyone was super excited. But yeah, so at the very end of this war, they had 20 fights left to go. I was looking at their matchups. I was like, I don't think they're gonna die again, and I knew we had lost on time. But we did get one more death. The fact that they died 7 times, that I think that there was basically just like at the very end, after the 4th death on their side, they kind of stopped trying. So they gave up a couple of, you know, random ones at the very end. I assume it was just out of frustration, but I think that if that one death hadn't happened, that the other 3 after would not have happened either. So either way, super good war for my alliance. I'm so proud of everyone. We've been saying this entire season, it's been so frustrating, and all season we've been telling people, like, you know, we're right there, we're right on the edge. We just need everyone to, you know, to just take care of their fights. And we kept saying this over and over again. And in a war that felt really high pressure, really high stakes, it was just really nice to see everyone, you know, show up and prove that, you know, we do have a good group of people who can clear a map well. So either way, really good war to Newn. It was really exciting. The most exciting war of the season. And, you know, that's including the war that we had against Forloki. So, you know, good war to you guys. And hopefully we can, you know, win at least one more and finish in Masters this season. So anyway, if you guys want to see my other wars or some of my other wars from this season, just let me know and I'll post them. They're just going to, you know, at this point, they're just so late. I don't really see the point. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.